And here I am. You know, oh, there's my beat, but I have to turn that off. Anyway, welcome to What the Fuck Tuesday. That's what we do here every Tuesday is exclaim, roll our eyes, buck our eyes, slap our foreheads, palm style, and say, what the hell are these people thinking? What the fuck is going on here? That's why it's called What the Fuck Tuesday. What this is a live stream that does a relationship advice. If you would like to get your letter included in a future show, look in the show description. You'll see a link to the advice form. You just click that, fill it out, and press send. And try to be a little succinct. People tend to get wordy. And you know this is not the this is not the forum for them books y'all be liking to write. But whatever. I am working hard on our May Days programming. I kind of announced it. I haven't really put up too much about it yet, but I will be over the next week or so. May Days is going to be 5 days of live stream back to back with exciting guests and all kinds of people. So I won't be doing, I don't think any of these shows by myself. I'm going to have a guest every day, guest psychologists, people who have lived the shit that I'm gonna be crazy talking about. And it's just gonna be some wild off the chain stuff, like hardcore stuff like you guys know I like to do. Stuff that nobody else is gonna touch. So that's coming up for May. If you are not a subscriber to this channel, please hit that subscribe button and hit that instant notification bell so that you can be up on what's coming this month. 'Cause it's gonna be a lot of exciting stuff. So you guys ready? You ready for this? You ready for the fuckery? Wait, let me see how many letters we got this time. Oh my God, this one is long. Wait a minute. Okay, we got 15 again. Here we go. In case you're wondering what my t-shirt of the day says, it says, uh, what I do, I drink and I think. I drink and I know things. I'm sorry. I drink and I know things. That's what I do. That's what my shirt says. And I couldn't think of anything better that suits me. All right, let's go with question numero uno. This is from a woman in the 26 to 35 age group from Brooklyn. Hi, Deb. I love your advice so much. You helped me before, and I was hoping you could work your magic one more time. A cousin of mine had a baby shower, and my mother and I were supposed to attend. My paternal, okay, that's the dad's, grandmother died the week of the shower, and we spent the week planning the funeral and grieving while supporting my dad emotionally. My cousin was very inconsiderate, texting my mother demanding that we come after the burial to the shower. What the fuck? Who do you think want to go to see some baby shower after they just put somebody in the ground? When my mother said that she might go, but that I definitely wasn't going, I said, fuck that bitch and her raggedy ass baby. My girl. She then said she wanted the money for our plates, which I wouldn't normally have a problem with. My problem is that this self-centered bitch was asking this the day before the funeral, knowing we were grieving. She only sent condolences after her mom dragged her ass for being a bitch during our troubled time. She's the baby mama of a rapper who provides, so she's not hurting for the money. We didn't go, of course, but my mom wants to give her the money even though her shower was packed and no food was wasted. She also doesn't want to address my cousin's cundery. She's always been invested in this idea of a big happy family and wants me to let it go. That branch of the family isn't as close to us as others already. Wow, this is like unbelievable. And personally, I don't give a fuck and want to light her ass up like the 4th of July to the point that our maternal grandmother's feelings will feel it. Am I wrong for feeling this way? Absolutely not. And even, you know what? I understand, because older people, you're right. I mean, they tend to let a lot of stuff go. Us younger folks, we get lit. We want to light folks up, and that's what we do because we have the energy for it. They're looking at, this is going to be the end of my life. I want to have everybody buried at my funeral and nobody having hard feelings. They be thinking like that. So what you going to have to do is go around your mama, leave her there, tell her she is not to send a dime. Tell her you'll do it. Just lie. Say, I'll take care of it, mama, don't you worry. And then you go and talk to your raggedy ass cousin. You write she is raggedy ass as hell, and tell her how selfish and what a pig ass bitch she is for thinking that somebody's gonna give a fuck about her baby mama ism on the day when you putting your daddy's mother in the ground. Okay, that is some rude shit. I mean, I don't know how you held back, especially when people are grieving. Their emotions are raw, and just the littlest thing will set them off. So girl, you have some kind of internal strength that I couldn't even have in this lifetime. The next five put together, you have it. I have to congratulate you that you held that in, because I would have been like, I'll be at the funeral directly, and went over there and cussed her out in front of all them people at her shower. Her baby daddy would have got cussed out. Everybody would have got cussed out, because that's just fucking ridiculous. So no, you're not wrong. You're not wrong, and don't give that hoe a dime. Likes lost. I'm telling you, who does that? I mean, it's so disrespectful to your mother and father. You know what I mean? That's her mother-in-law. I'm sure they had, when you consider what age group you in, 26 to 35. You know what I mean? They've been together for a long time, so that woman is like her own mother. So you got somebody who's just totally don't care about none of that. She all focused on herself being queen of the day about some raggedy ass baby that she's having by some raggedy ass rapper who nobody's gonna have heard of 2 years from now. Oof. This is unbelievable. Well, my cousin knew which letter to put first. That woke me up. That woke me right up. All right, how you guys like my lipstick today? I'm still playing at this makeup stuff. I'm trying to get better at it, blending the colors and stuff. It's very fun. I wasted so much of it though. I put it on. It looks like a clown hit my face with, something. And so then I wash it off and start over. All right, let's move on to question number two. After, I forgot, I want to thank my moderators. Hi, I see Nerd here. And who else is here? Let me see. I'm sure. Lady Boss. There she is. There's Lady Boss. She the veteran. Yeah, okay. There's two of them. Thanks you guys for holding it down. All right, so let's go to question number two, which hopefully won't be that ignorant. This is from a guy, 25 to 34, from Lima, Peru. Oh, this must be the letter my cousin said she had to put into the translator. Okay, my girlfriend got pregnant and she isn't glad about it. She told me she's going to abort the baby in order to keep her dignity and reputation. I guess Peruvian women really do take pride in oneself. She doesn't want her parents to get disappointed, so that's why. I was pleading at her not to do such sin, but her decision is final. She won't listen to me either. I, being a Christian, cannot let her do such thing. Doing premarital sex is misdeed and it's enough. We cannot make another wrongdoing to cover one. Yes, you can. And let me tell you how. See, this is the shit that gets on my nerves about motherfucking men and they Bible thumping Christianity claims. When your dick was hard, you sure wasn't thinking about you being a Christian then, were you? That premarital sex then, that fornicating stuff, oh, that you didn't think nothing about that. But now that you done got somebody pregnant, you want her to suffer the rest of her life being labeled, and because of certain societies like our society and European side society, it's pretty open about the baby mama thing and people being single mothers. I mean, it's not the best outcome, but it's more acceptable than in many other very conservative cultures around the world. The women who do such a thing like that are I mean, they're just shamed and labeled, and nobody wants to talk to them. Their families are ostracized. I mean, it's like a big deal. Okay, so what he's doing is thinking about himself. And instead of thinking about her. So if he really loved her, he would be in line with what she's talking about, because he wouldn't want any of her to have to suffer any of those social consequences, nor would he want her family to have to endure that. But oh no, he's talking about Christian. He's a Christian now, and he can't, quote, let her do it. Motherfucker, you ain't married. Now, I hope you can translate this shit into whatever language they speak in Lima, Peru, and so you can understand what I'm saying. I'm sure motherfucker translates very well. You ain't married to the woman. You don't have no right to say shit to her about what she does with some damn baby that you put in her that she don't want to keep. You really, she really should dump your ass after this. I hope she hears this, because you a hot mess. You don't be trying to tell somebody what to do, and it's like, I can, as a Christian, I cannot let her do this. Please. She shouldn't even told you as she was pregnant. She should have just went and got it and told you after. Oh yeah, by the way, I killed your baby. That's how I would do things, because I'm a bitch like that. Knowing it would get on your nerves, and then that would just make me feel even better about it. Number three, female, 19 to 26, from Dallas. 2 months after delivering my twins, I told my husband that I would be working again to help him with household expenses, but he didn't agree. When the twins turned two, I told him that I should really work because sometimes his salary is not enough to suffice for the expenses. He's working as a chef in a foreign restaurant here, and our place and his income is never enough. We should both work, especially if the kids will be sent to school, but he doesn't want me to. When I told him again that I want to work, he got mad or maybe a little insulted. He just wants me to stay at home while taking care of the kids. He didn't get that I wanted to help him. I don't want to be just sitting in the house while waiting for him to come home after a tiring day after work. How can I make him agree? Well, what you can do, because it doesn't seem like you really understand from reading here, at least, or you didn't tell me, you didn't share it with me. What's the reason? Okay, I know he wants that. He's objecting to it, but what is his core reasoning? See, you're not getting at that. Until you really understand what's motivating a man to make the decisions that he's making, then you can't change those decisions. You don't know how to talk to him or what to say to allay those fears. So in this instance, you putting the cart before the horse. You need to sit down with your man, which is really something you should have done before you even got pregnant, to understand what this means to him to have his wife at home with his children. You jump into conclusions and assuming, but you don't really know. And that's a problem. This is a problem in many relationships and marriages. People don't fully communicate. There's a story there. And you need to know what that story is. This evidently means a lot to this man that his children be with their mama and that they not be in a daycare. So, you need to find out what that's all about. What's his motivator, and then you'll know how to approach him. Because maybe it's the thing, well, he doesn't want you to have a full-time job and be away from the kids, all day, but maybe like while they're at kindergarten, they go to morning kindergarten, afternoon kindergarten, you can have a part-time job while they're at kindergarten, right? And then you pick them up from school and y'all go home and everything. It's not like any time with you is missing. That's what I'm saying. So there's opportunities rather there to compromise, but you got to go back to the drawing board and figure out what's going on in your man's head and why he's so adamant about that. Is it shame because he feel like he can't fold it, help his family? He's not man enough. Is this his family culture? His family look down on him? What is the deal there with him? Why is that so important? So you need to figure that out. All right. Now, let me check out. Hi, everybody. Oh, Kristen just got here. Hi, everybody who's in the chat room. We're almost up to 100 people. People are slowly arriving. Be sure to share the link right quick on your Twitter or Facebook or whatever you do, Snapchats, whatever, Instagrams, whatever people do. Share the link right quick and get some people over here that might want to get a giggle in or two. All right, let's move on to question number 4. We're on question number 4. We have a total of 15 today. Whew. All right. Um, this one is from a female, 26 to 35. It says, not in USA. I'm in my late 20s, but I've never been in any type of relationship, never fooled around, kissed someone, went on a date or anything because I was brought up very religiously. But 3 months ago, I met an older man. He's exactly 40, and I admired him so much. I didn't have any romantic feelings towards him. I just enjoyed his company. He's very rich, and I'm not. He didn't offer me money, and I don't want his money, but he showed me a side of life I never had access to before. We went on 2 dates, and on the first one, we shared a romantic moment, and I saw him as more handsome than I did, But he talked of other female friends, and I thought, oh, I'm probably just one of them, a friend. On the second date, he told me we would go to the beach. Although I'm aware it's a date, it never crossed my mind, not even for a second, that something would happen. I just didn't think he would look at me that way. I'm not liking the tone of this. But at night, the beach became empty. It was only he and I and a barely few lights in the distance. Then he started feeling me up. He kissed my neck and I pushed him away and asked him to take me back home. I was in shock and I didn't think of him that way and didn't go out with him for that purpose. He apologized, promised he wouldn't do anything again. I calmed down and then we chatted and it slowly became intimate. He massaged me. I didn't mind his touch. He kissed me. That was okay until I felt that something more could happen and I asked him to let go of me, but he didn't. He was much stronger than me. I never thought he could be this strong. It was impossible for me to get away. Oh boy. So he's kissing her ear and all this stuff. She's staring at the sky far away, scared that he was going to hurt her. He felt her whole body up and reached under her dress. She pushed it away. So then she says, I feel like I wasn't aggressive enough, that I wasn't clear, that there were moments where I didn't mind his touch. But for the most part, thanks, Betty. For the most part, man, I wanted to go back home and he was my only ride and I was stupidly too shy to say, please do not touch me again. I don't know how to react. I have no one to talk to. What I did is considered illegal where I live and it is an act my parents would die of shame if they ever knew about. I wonder what country this is. But that doesn't concern me as much as the fact that I'm not sure if I was okay with this or not. Is this normal behavior or have I been harassed? And I'm not sure what to do with him now. How should I react? Oh, you poor little thing. This is the problem when people are raised up in those very religious and constricted societies where they don't want to teach women nothing. It's like the only thing that you hear is some religious shit about how, men are so wonderful and God given, and they have all these rights over women's bodies and all this old shit. So that's all you've heard. Let me explain something to you. Nobody, I don't give a fuck who it is, your mama, should touch your body unless you want them to. They should only touch it as much as you want them to. Your doctor, your nurse, your mama, your husband, your boyfriend, even your damn kids. You tell them, no, get away from me, leave me alone, don't touch me. Women have the right to set boundaries with anybody on this planet that is touching their person and they don't want to be touched. Okay, that's the number one thing that you need to do. Number two, you need to practice saying no. There's a video, a couple of them, about boundaries and saying no and how girls have the right to say no. I will link to it, up here, wherever it's up here somewhere, after this video is concluded. So you just click it and then you can listen to that video. What he did here in the United States is called assault. Now, I don't know if it reached the level of, being a chargeable offense, but it definitely was. He had his hands all over your body. You didn't want him to. Hands under your dress. You didn't want him to. You know, it was a thing that should not have happened. So what I'm going to suggest is that you find your voice somehow and you tell this man that what he did to you was wrong. He had no right to treat you like that. He lied to you and said he was going to stop touching you. What you also need to do is understand with men, or you got to be clear. You give them one command and then you stick to that one command. You can't say no and then 2 minutes later, well, you can do this part. It's just no. You don't touch me, period. Because they're stupid. They don't understand, okay, well, it's okay to kiss me, hold my hand, put your arm around me, or, touch me gently on the upper back or something like that. Because, see, then they take that as a lead into something more. They don't understand, okay, that's all she wants me to do. Okay, so stop now, motherfucker, stop. That's all she's comfortable with on this, our second date. Okay, they try to act like they don't get it. So what you have to do as women, and I'm telling the rest of you that too, for you young girls headed off to college this fall and all this stuff, when you tell a man no, I don't want you to do XYZ, you stick with that. Okay, you don't go changing halfway. I'm not saying it's your fault for this. I'm trying to let you know how men try to play you and play stupid. So, for your best defense, in the event that you do have to prosecute, you want your no to be consistent, your words and your actions to be consistent. Are you feeling me? There should be no room for error where he can say, well, I was confused. She let me do this, she let me do that, and then, yeah, yeah. Okay? This is for your safety. In the event, like I said, that you have to take his ass, file charges on his ass with the police. You want the only word you ever said to him was no. Don't touch me, stop. Okay? So and I suggest too, don't you not ready to date anybody. You need to get yourself more savvy about men and the shit that's going on in the world. You just can't be going out, especially sitting on a beach by yourself with some man that you barely know. By the time everybody else started leaving, your ass should have got up and left too. You leave when other people are around. Okay, you tell them to take me home. My parents are expecting me at home. You can always say that if you live with your parents. Are they coming over? Whatever. You have a reason why you need to get up and get the fuck out. And right and in the future, like this guy, he's out. Okay, don't you call if he calls you anymore, after you cuss him out or tell him off or tell him about himself. Don't respond to his calls. Don't you go anywhere with this man because he's showing that he doesn't respect boundaries and he doesn't respect no. So that man like that is dangerous. Okay, you leave his ass alone. I'm serious right now. This is my warning to you. Protect yourself and stay away from his ass. Yeah, he does. He needs a kick in the balls for real. But unfortunately, when you have a girl that's this naive, even though she's, relatively mature in age, the culture that she's raised up in has limited her experience, life experience and knowledge to the point where she's like like a little adolescent. And so you got this older dude gonna take advantage of that because he knows that that's how the women in this culture are. So, she needs to be, educated. I hope she comes back here and listens to some of these videos and gets up on this game some because this is just like, a baby going out amongst wolves. That's essentially what that is. Ooh, let me get some. I have lemon water today, hoping that it helps my throat make it through all these letters. All right, we're on question number 5. This is from a female 26 to 35, Phoenix, Arizona. Dear Miss Deb, thank you for all you do and thank you in advance for taking my question. Here's the deal. I have a friend who I've known for a few years now and we've hung out only occasionally. My only issue with her is that she's rather unreliable. Making plans with her and following through is just short of a miracle. She has even canceled plans with me last minute in order to hang out with a man that she was seeing. I was even nervous about having her in my wedding because I was afraid something would come up with her and she would cancel. I made arrangements to where that wouldn't affect anything if she did. Luckily, though, she was at the wedding. We hung out just once since my July wedding last year, and I thought she was on a good path and had become more reliable. This past Monday, we were supposed to have a girls' day and see a movie she suggested. I was very excited about it. On Sunday, though, I got a text message from her saying that she has to cancel and so much has happened and that life has been crazy, blah, 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 and that she'll get in contact with me so that she can reschedule. Same story I've heard before. The thing that bothers me is when I clear a day from my schedule to make time for her and she does this, especially since she's not a friend who I hang out with very frequently. Since we don't hang out very often, her rate of canceling is disappointing. How should I handle this friend and this friendship going forward? That ain't your friend. You're confused. That's a bitch. And she is the kind that is dick hungry, and so she gonna drop anybody and everybody if some man want her attention. That's what's going on. So when you had, and I had, growing up in my 20s and stuff, I had friends like this. But you know what I did with them, and which is the same thing I suggested with you. I didn't make plans to spend with them. I didn't. I didn't do nothing special. I didn't. If they said it was coming over, I didn't cook shit. I felt like, well, okay, if she actually comes, we'll order pizza or something. Same. These are pre DoorDash days, but they did deliver pizza. Um, and if I'm gonna see her, it's gonna be someplace I was already going. And then I'm saying, oh, well, I'm going to be, blah, blah, blah place at blah, blah, blah time. If you can make it, roll through. If not, you know what I mean? There's no skin off my back. I haven't changed anything in my life. I haven't set aside any time for her. That's what you're going to have to do. And sometimes, you just have to realize, girl, that some people that we call friends are just better left on the telephone. You can't put them in that position in your life where you're going to be, really seeing them too much. And eventually that a relationship due to attrition will fall off, and then that'll just be that. It's somebody that you talk to on social media once a year or something like that, and then you'll be done. What Lady Boss say with her crazy self? Yeah. I mean, you know, these chicks like this. So yeah, that's my suggestion anyway. I'm not saying don't call her your friend. I mean, I know that's harsh, but that's the way I see it. You asked for my opinion, so I'm giving it to you. The friends don't do each other like that. Friends have each other's back, and if it's a true friend, she's gonna be just excited about seeing you as you are about seeing her. That's why I say she's not really a friend. She's an acquaintance, some casual person like that. But don't be telling her private details about your life. Don't be doing anything like that, because this the kind of bitch that'll share shit pillow talk about your life and your intimate details of your life with her nigga of the moment. And you be sitting up there looking stupid when everybody knows all your business. Yeah. She a phone friend. That's what I call them. You just be, oh, hey, girl, what you doing? Yeah, yeah, yeah. Did you see that show, girl? What about that movie? Did you read this book here? How your mama doing? How your brother doing? Yeah, yeah, yeah. I learned to cook this and that. Blah blah blah. Yeah, my husband's fine. Okay, gotta go. That's it. All right. Question number 6, female, 26 to 35 from Mount Vernon. My boyfriend's ex girlfriend has a health condition that is deteriorating to the point that she is now in hospice. Damn. I know that they were in contact because he still cares for her, but I recently found out that he has kind of been keeping our relationship a secret from her for the past 6 months because he knows if she knows about us, she will cut off all communication. He doesn't want that because he wants to be able to keep in contact to know how she is doing. Well, that makes sense. I don't wish anything bad upon her, and I've told him this, but I also found out that he still said, "Baby, I love you" to her and things like that. His defense was that she was suicidal, so he was saying anything and everything possible, but it still doesn't sit well with me since I am his girlfriend and she isn't. Can't you just imagine her saying that with a toss of her head and a flip of her hair? They didn't date for long, but she is still considered an ex, and the fact that she is sick and in poor health affects him a lot. He is friends with all his exes, but this is the only ex he says these things to. Am I wrong to be upset about this? Absolutely. You just acting like a fucking evil ass bitch right about now. The woman's in hospice, ho. She's going to die. What the fuck? You just trying to be jealous and petty about that? Of course he's gonna be talking to her and doesn't want her to know that he has moved on and has another girlfriend. Why would he tell her that if she's on her deathbed? What the fuck is wrong with you? He wants her to die happy and feeling at peace. If you had any kind of soul at all, any kind of conscience in that big head of yours, you would feel the same. What you would do if you really loved this boyfriend of yours and you had any level of maturity at all, you would be supporting him in this so that he can have good feelings about you when she dies. He's going to see you as a source of strength and comfort. Right now, he's seeing you as the enemy because you've thrown a fit about the girl who's on her deathbed. You really handling this wrong, solidly wrong. You're gonna make him when she dies. You keep this shit up. When she dies, he's gonna break up with your ass because you not doing right. You're not acting like a girlfriend. As I'm his girlfriend and she's not. Don't you think she know that? Don't you think he knows that? Everybody knows that. Even I know that. All these people in this chat know that. But you know what? It doesn't matter. The girl's going to die. Be at peace with it. Help your boyfriend deal with it because he's going to be hit with a lot of grief when she dies. It doesn't matter that they only dated for a little while. You don't know how long they knew each other or how close their relationship was while they did date. Sometimes it's not The time is the intensity that matters more. And the fact that he wants to keep in touch with her shows that he's a caring, supportive, loving kind of guy, and you just an evil bitch. He's too good for you. That's my take on it. But I'm telling you, you keep this shit up and watch what happens. You're going to be writing me next time, oh, my boyfriend left me because I didn't support him when his friend was dying. This is just too much. These people just, every letter so far, I'm saying, what the fuck? Seriously. I just don't understand this kind of thinking at all. There's no love here for him. You have him as like a puppet on a string or something. You're not showing this boy no kind of love. Ooh, Lordy. Yeah, she's a twerp Sue. Now Sue's from Canada. She's a twerp. Yeah, but she can't do it because I don't even know if it's low self esteem. It's just bitchery, jealousy, and she just want to be the number one in his life. And she sees this girl as a threat. The girl's dead. I mean, she might be dead next week. So I mean, it's like she's in hospice. That means you usually have what, less than like 90 days or something before they put you in hospice. So she ain't gonna be around that much longer. I don't know what she's tripping. Man, I would be so supportive of that man. I would be making him stuff. I mean, if you really liked him, you know what I mean? Talking to him, ask him about their relationship. Let him get all those feelings out. Those feelings, if he gets them out, will go to you. See, women, you guys don't know how to. You don't know how to get your man's mind all on you. You think throwing fits like this is gonna do it. That's not what's gonna do it. What's gonna do it is all those emotions that he has towards her. You need to funnel them towards you, but you're not doing that. You putting up a barrier and a wall, and I anticipate that he's gonna be dealing with so many emotions after this chick dies, and you have been so unsupportive. He gonna dump you like you was yesterday's trash. Question number 7. This is a female, 36 to 45, from the UK. Now, we've been having a lot of people from the UK lately. I'm in a serious relationship at the moment with my partner. He's in the process of moving in. He's a guy that finds it hard to communicate, and I never push the talking thing as I know he has difficulty addressing his own emotions, let alone mine. Ugh, what fucking use is he then? He recently started a new job, and a new girl in his apartment started this month. It would appear, and yes, I've checked his phone, as been cheated on more than once before, that they have hit it off, and not only is he picking her up on a morning to go to work, he's also taking her home. Oh, really? Your relationship don't sound too serious to me. They are also WhatsApping fairly regularly during the day and also at night. General chit chat, although he asked if she fancied a post birthday night out. That's a date. He has not mentioned the lifts, I'm sorry, which I find odd. He hardly speaks about this female, but I now recognize that when he is purposely quiet about anyone, he generally likes them. Had he been open about this, and let's face it, this is a general type conversation stuff. He kept an encounter with his ex from me last year, and I'm puzzled as to the reasons behind this behavior. He's still married to his ex, and from the get go has made me feel in competition with her. She is apparently remarkable and, quote, the love of his life. And yes, I can hear you asking, why isn't he still with her? She refused to work. I guess it got on his wick after so many years of that. Oh, what's that mean? Somebody know UK words? What's a wick? What's his wick? Got on his wick? Does he mean nerves? I'm wondering what that means. We've talked about him divorcing his wife on more than one occasion. It's a very emotional subject for me. I got very upset last time so much that he asked his mom for advice as to whether she felt me correct or not. I'm not entirely comfortable with him moving in while he's still married, but we have an agreement that a formal contract and rent book will be created when he moves in purely to protect me. When I asked the last time, he said the divorce will happen when it happens. Again, my feelings are in no way taken into account and shows massive lack of respect for me. He's done his 2 year separation, and it's not like he's skint. Okay, she using words I don't know what they mean. I'm very much in love with him, which makes the present difficulties hard to analyze. That said, I have been going through too much in the past to tolerate much crap at my age. Life is too short. As my guy more or less refuses to communicate, how do I go about resolving this, please, if at all? You don't. And yet his lack of communication is the least of your problems. Because, some men don't talk, but their actions still show love and commitment. To me, I'd rather see it than hear it. I want to see it. I want to see tangible proof of how you feel about me in your everyday actions. How often do you call? How often do you want to see me? What do you do for me? What do you say about me to other people? That's what I want. Okay, now in this situation, he can't be with you because he's married. What part of this do you not understand? Not only is he married, he got like a girlfriend that he want to take on a post birthday date, and he's picking up to work from take her to work and dropping her off after work. And you think that this is your boyfriend? No, dear. You need to just let this go. Um, you don't move in with him. He don't need to move in with you. Tell him to stay over there where he is. Most likely he will move in with this chick who he's picking up and dropping off, which will make things much more convenient because then he won't have to like go to her house. He'll already be there. That's what you need to tell him, and then you need to let this go. This is wasting your time. You're not in no serious relationship. They what's happening, he picking her up and they talking and his ex is remarkable and all this shit, and you just sitting up there taking all of this stuff from this man. Wow, your self-esteem must be in the toilet. Unbelievable. She just dumb. She dumb and desperate, I guess. I'm sorry, girlfriend, but you too old for that 36 to 45 age group, and you still this naive, and you don't see you asking about communication, and there's like nothing there to communicate about. He just somebody that you fuck. That's all that is. All right, let's move on. Question number 8. Male, 19 to 26, from Charlotte, North Carolina. I broke up with my ex because she was rude, delusional, and manipulative. I just had enough of her games. Well, about 3 months after breaking up, she finds out about my new girlfriend and creates this account all about her and I. The name was insert my name and insert her name and my last name. Oh, so she made herself be like married to you. And she uploaded a bunch of pictures of us from when we were together and of herself. She added all my friends and sent my new girlfriend a friend request and posted a bunch of pictures of us kissing on her wall and even sent my new girlfriend pictures of us doing the do. See, this is why I don't let people take pictures like that. The new girlfriend is very upset about this and getting very insecure over it. My ex posted screenshots of old text messages I sent to her saying I love you and that I would never love anyone else. Now my new girlfriend thinks I'm still in love with my ex. I contacted her and yelled at her to stop, and she said, "What am I, too much for your ugly girlfriend to handle? I'm way hotter than she is, and now she's going to see that she will never have even 10% of what we had together. I was in a serious relationship with my ex for 4 years, but none of that stuff I said in the past matters anymore. I tried getting the Facebook page taken down, but nothing has happened yet. We tried to block her, but somehow she gets a hold of us again and sends more pictures to my girlfriend. I need a way to scare this crazy bitch and make her go away, but how?" Oh, 19 to 26. Oh, yes, you're young. Okay. This chick is really, she's really mad at you. But what essentially she's about is she wants your attention. So what you have to do when people act like this is deny it. The number one thing you're going to do is change your phone number. Okay, because I'm assuming she probably has that. You are going to close, not block, close all social media accounts that she knows about. Okay, you're not going to be, you just close the page, because what you're going to do is cut off any of her narcissistic pleasure in harassing you. She won't be able to harass you. Okay, you the only way you can do that is by closing the page. You can't go block everybody. She made friends with those people. She can come through the back door. Okay, so you wasting time there. Close the page. You got a girlfriend. What the fuck you need to be on Facebook for anyway? Talk to your woman. Go places with her. Do stuff with her. And then you don't need to be on social media. All right. Y'all dated for 4 years. Oh, she probably thought she was gonna get married or something. Uh, you could um also before you Do that. Go on Facebook and take screenshots of that page and the harassment and stuff, because then you can take that to the police and request that you get a restraining order. Okay, I don't know that they're granted, but you can still request it. Her getting served with it and having to show up for a court date should be, that will scare her badly enough. If they grant it, it might only be this temporary restraining order for 90 days, 6 months, a year. I mean, I don't know what you might get, but the fact that she's doing all of this to harass you, humiliate you, and stalk you is, that should be grounds enough if you word it right. Um, and you can do like the women, like I tell the women, get you a Google number, you know. And if you get you a new cell phone number, then hook your Google number into your phone so it rings. And then anything that you do, like, people that want your number, that's friends that know her, give them that Google number. She'll never get you. It'll go straight to the voicemail out in the, that they call it, the cloud somewhere and where. And she can do whatever. You can set up to her phone number that is blocked. It immediately goes to the trash. You never have to even notice she called. Google numbers are the bomb. If you don't have one, I recommend them highly. I swear I would be a free spokesman for that shit, because that shit is bomb. Everybody who's single and got somebody giving them drama should have one. And so that's it, you know. And then if she starts coming to your house or something, see, then that's even more evidence that you need a restraining order. In which case, if she shows up at your job or at your house, then her ass, or your school or whatever, then her ass will be putting on the bracelets and be going behind some bars, and that'll teach her little ass a lesson. If somebody don't want you, silly little hoe, you just move on. It's the same thing I tell men. You don't own anybody. When people are done with you, they're done. So just be like gracious and act like a G about it. Don't be acting like a whiny little bitch. And as bitch boy or bitch woman, either way, somebody don't want you, they're done with you, let it go. Just leave them alone. Let them move on. You do the same. Go out with some dignity instead of like this, just showing your behind. This makes no sense. All right, let's move on to question number 9. Oh my goodness gracious. Well, he's a kid though. He's in the 19 to 26 age group. He need to get a restraining order on this cow. She just doing the most, you know. And I wouldn't care about an ego, you know. No, ego is not gonna save your nerves. In this case, she's getting on them. Thanks, Betty. Didn't you already do a super chat? Am I seeing things? Am I delirious? Senile? I could have sworn. Well, anyway, thank you. All right, we got question number 9. We're on 9 of 15. This is What the Fuck Tuesday, in case you just dropped in. This is a live stream relationship show. Every Tuesday, I'm here reading advice letters and answering them off the cuff. My assistant, my two lovely cousins, go through my emails, and they select the letters and they put them into one of these lovely Microsoft Word documents. And then I read the letters, and then I respond to them off the cuff, and I can do that shit because I have almost 30 years of experience at this. So I have like so much information in this giant head of mine, you just don't even know. Just so much experience and information. And so I pull it out and I give these answers. All right. So question number 9 of 15. This is from a woman in the 46 to 55 age group from San Jose, California. Miss Cooper, your videos are empowering no nonsense and empowering no nonsense advice are a lifesaver. I'm among the many viewers who say they wish they had found your channel years ago, or in my case, decades ago. But as the saying goes, better late than never. True. My issue: parental expectations versus personal boundaries and saying no. Parental. My mother and her partner will soon be hosting their friend from Europe for an extended visit. After meeting him during his first visit and keeping in touch thereafter, I realize he is a hypercritical, domineering narcissist. Damn! Why he got to be all of that? He intimidates most people, but not me. I cut off all contact after he refused to take no for an answer. Long story short, I declined to rewrite his resume. Oh, I thought it was going to be something like he was trying to get at you or something. I hate resume writing. I don't even like doing my own. Although I told him no unequivocally 3 times, he had the audacity to email his resume anyway. What part of no did he not understand? His email even included a presumptuous prefatory note, like he was bestowing me with some honor. Worse, I had just received distressing news from the doctor, and this narcissistic fool actually thought rewriting his fucked up resume would make me feel better. I hit the roof. He apologized and said he got, quote, confused, but that's bullshit. He's obviously one of those clowns you talked about who figured if he kept pushing out, eventually yield. Yep. Oh, like the young lady in the restaurant who didn't want the fish. Oh, you remember that story? Yeah, that was wild. I didn't curse him out death style, but I sure did let him know that I am not the one and immediately cut him off. Some people, like my mom, might see this as a minor transgression, but this refusal to respect my boundaries was a huge red flag, as in backup, U turn, pedal to the metal deuces. Of course, there were other red flags, but that was the last straw. I have no desire to see this family friend at any point during his upcoming visit. However, my mama is already trying to reel me in with social invitations. She's aware of his off putting personality, but thinks we just had a spat and that I'll get over it. I have declined all invitations so far, but I know, as with his previous visit, they're hoping I will participate dinners, cultural events, sightseeing, etc. They also like inviting me so I can drive. I roll. I work from home, no children, and live with my partner 15 minutes away, although at some point I plan to relocate, ideally to a galaxy far, far away. You will probably say the solution's simple. You're way past grown, just say no. Yes, you're right. I guess, however, because of my dysfunctional codependent upbringing, there is still a lagging sense of filial obligation to be a, quote, good daughter. Set my opinions as boundaries aside, endure that crazy fool for a few social occasions. Fortunately, however, with the help of your empowering videos and other resources at this late stage in life, I finally had the confidence to set boundaries, speak up for myself, and say no. If my mother and her partner want to be this man's friend, that's their choice, but I think he's a nut, and I have no desire to be around his negative energy. Your thoughts and insight, whether you agree or disagree, are always appreciated. Oh, no, I'm in full agreement. I'm in full agreement. I don't know, I mean, how long has your mom known this guy? I mean, there's a backstory here that would have been interesting, I guess, but since you wrote a book, never mind. I you're just gonna have to do something. Like, how long? You should have told me, how long is this fool gonna be in town? Like, people coming all the way from Europe, it should be probably at least 2 weeks, right? Ooh, that's a long time for you to be dodging them, girlfriend. Good luck with that, cause the heat is gonna be on. The only thing I can think of that might work for you is if you can take your stuff that you need for work and go to like an office tel or something and stay there for the time period where this dude is in town, so you don't have to be around, and your partner could know where you are, but just camp out in some location where they don't know where you are. And you know how you have your phone, right, and it rings and it's caller ID, and then you say, ooh, that's my mama or her friend, and then you hit that little thing where the red button goes to don't answer the call. Shoot, that's what you need to be doing. Don't answer the calls. Don't. They can leave a voicemail. Then you can listen to it. I mean, in case it's an emergency with your mama or something, you listen to the voicemails. But in general, you would just do the passive aggressive dodge them thing, because otherwise you're gonna get caught up. There's just no way that you're gonna be able to avoid this for the whole time unless you do some like serious preemptive strike kind of things to protect yourself. I'm sorry, but mothers, and you already dealing with the sense of obligation thing. You know, your boundaries at some point are going to start getting weakened because they're going to be hammering you, and it's more of them than it is of you. So you better start putting some things in motion. Can you house sit for somebody? Go out of town and I mean, think about what you can do so that you're not even in the vicinity when this clown comes to town. All right, that's my suggestion. I would be getting the fuck up out of Dodge. They would be able to find me, and that would be my excuse. Oh, I'm so sorry. I had to go to another state. I couldn't be around, and so they can't get no rides. You can't take them nowhere. You can't do nothing with them. You don't see them. Nothing. And then after that, your mother will understand that you mean what you say, and that won't happen again. Question number 10. Yes, yes, I see someone over there. That's one of my moderators bragging about me. They're so sweet. Okay, question number 10. This is a guy, 25 to 34 in San Francisco. Oh, we don't get too many letters from right around here. I am Blasian. My mom is Thai and my dad is black. I have a Korean girlfriend who I met on an international dating site. I got problems with her in terms of being romantic. Don't get me wrong, I love her. I like the way she is. I like it when she's being sweet to me. It's just that she's too much. She is into couple shirts, couple rings, couple shoes, and a lot more. Oh no. Couple, couple, couple. I'm not into that. It's fine with me though, but not to the extent that we almost look stupid. Yeah. This is hilarious. I find it extremely childish. I hate it every time she asks me to wear this and that. If I won't do what she wants, she will stop talking to me the whole damn day. She's getting on my nerves for real. Every time I tell her about how I feel with that stuff, she gets mad. What do I do with her? Help me. Dude, your ship is sunk. You can forget it. You're going to be looking like a Bopsy twin for the rest of your damn life if you keep this up. Well, let me explain something. This is a cultural thing. Korea, their society is very cultural, couple oriented. Everything's designed for couples. That's why, they're having a real struggle right now with trying to make sure that enough single people get married. The same thing's going on in Japan. Um, the young women are kind of getting away from the relationship thing as much as they used to. I mean, it's still there, but it's not like it used to be where everybody just expected that this is what was going to happen. So that's how she was raised. Her parents were raised like that. Her grandparents were raised like that. It's a cultural issue. That's a conflict that in differences in values that I talk about relationships that really come to the fore and cause some major conflicts. So what I would suggest for you is, you said, I know she getting on your nerves for real. But dude, you're gonna have to sit down with her and say, look, I understand that you are very couple oriented and this means something to you. It means zero to me. So what we're gonna do is we're gonna compromise. You get one couple thing per week. One. Pick it. That's all I'm gonna offer you. I'm not wearing clothes that match yours, looking like a fool, going on a field trip. Okay, you know how they put T-shirts on all the little kids so they can tell them, in the crowd, looking at everybody got the same color T-shirt on with a bumblebee or some shit. They used to have that at my daughter's preschool. They had all these shirts, and anywhere they went, the kid had to put on one of them T-shirts. They all looked alike, so they could, pick them out really easily in a crowd. That's what you have to tell her. You don't want to be looking like a preschooler. Okay? You ain't going to be wearing matching stuff everywhere you go. That's childish. I agree with you. But like I said, but see, I got the same culture as you. I grew up in San Francisco myself. So we got that same loose and easy, I don't want to be looking like nobody else, just let me do my thing kind of attitude. And she does not. So this is going to be a real compromise for you. But think about it. I mean, once a week, that's my suggestion because it would be, it'll be something you expect. She knows it's going to happen. She can plan it and be excited about the one day of the week where you're going to be looking like her. And then the other 6 days, you look the way that you want to. Your nerves will calm down. She might be a little bit disappointed, but I think she'll be able to work with it once she gets used to the idea. And that way you can keep your relationship. Your girlfriend will have something to be looking forward to and look happy and take pictures of y'all with your matching shit on and all the shit that young people like to do. And then you won't have to be writing me any more of these very sad but hilarious little letters. Oh, that would get on my motherfucking nerves too. Oh, yeah, a lot of couple holidays, yeah. That 100 days thing. They really into 100 days. And 100 days after the baby's born, it's a celebration. 100 days of dating, it's a celebration. 100 days of marriage, it's a celebration. Everything's about being, twosomes and what's that? Something they have some like Valentine's Day kind of thing. Um, well, whatever. But anyway, everything's about being a couple. So yeah, I'm sorry. That's my suggestion for how to mitigate this somewhat. and tell her, this pouting thing, that's like she gonna pout her way out the relationship. You need to let her know that that's not the way to act like an adult and handle conflict in your relationship. She can't go away not speaking to you and shutting down communication and shit like that, because at one point then she'll come try to come back and you won't have any interest. You need to let her know that too. You're gonna do that one time too many, and you're gonna be coming back trying to talk to me, and I'm not gonna want to deal with you. It will be over. So you better stop doing that. Deal with yourself like an adult. You got to put your bass in your voice and get her in check. Come on now. Question number 11. Female, 19 to 26, from Tampa, Florida. Me and my boyfriend have been together for 2 years. Notice how they always tell you about how long the women always do that. It's the length of time. It's for some reason it's so important to them. Unbelievable. Me and my boyfriend have been together for 2 years. We are best friends. We traveled the world. We were both ourselves around each other, never got into fights or anything. It was a dream come true for me to find a man I was going to marry. There was only one issue that had me doubting whether this was the right relationship for me. He has a son. I didn't mind it, but his son was very bad behaved and the baby mama was also very difficult to deal with. I was able to accept this because I loved him very much. You better than me. 19 to 26 and you dealing with all this? However, moving forward, I'm not so sure. A month ago, my boyfriend was feeling very stressed and tried to commit suicide. Oh, hell no. The man that I loved and knew so well, and she put that in quotes, was telling me weeks before that he hears voices telling him to do things. I know those of you who know me already know my answer to this. I didn't give it much attention because I had no idea if it was a joke or real. Anyways, a month ago, when the suicide attempt happened, he was Baker acted and held in the psych ward for 4 days. Okay, for those of you, who don't know what the Baker it's called different things in different states. The only reason I know that is because when I was in Texas working for a law firm, one of my attorneys was a licensed attorney in the state of Florida. So I used to do a lot of stuff there, back and forth with that. And the Baker Act allows some medical professional, police, or, anybody really in some kind of authority position to put you in a psych ward for observation for, I think it's 72 hours, whether you want to be there or not. It's like forced observation for 72 hours. Okay, that's what the Baker Act is. So he was held for 4 days. I felt terrible for him, and I had several nights in which it was hard for me to sleep. By the way, I found out at the ward that this was his second time being Baker acted. Oh, hell no. I was extremely disappointed. Anyways, now I'm here wondering if this relationship is worth continuing. I am only 26 and I'm dealing with a man with an unstable child, a crazy baby mama, and on top of that, he has been in the psych ward twice. Well, there's your answer. It was so heartbreaking for me because he was the perfect man until all these things started affecting my life. I was able to tolerate his son, but on top of that, having to deal with my boyfriend having a mental illness, I worry for my future with him and what I will have to go through. But at the same time, I feel like I will never find someone who treats me like he does. He treated me like a queen. Thoughts, please, Deb. Girl, put on your track shoes and break out like your ass is Flojo. That's what you need to do. This dude is crazy. And guess what? That's why his kid acts stupid. He got his daddy's stupid motherfucker gene floating through his veins. And then you got a whack ass baby mama on top of it. That kid don't stand a chance. That kid is going to be in the mental institution by the time it's 10. 12 something. Adolescence, those hormones start flowing. That's when these schizophrenia and stuff usually starts kicking in during them teens, adolescent teen years. This little boy going straight to the funny farm. His daddy gonna already be there to be on the welcoming committee, and the mama's probably not too far behind. You need to leave all these whack ass crazy people alone. Oh no, 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 no. You're 26 years old. You just a baby. Okay, you got plenty of years to meet somebody that's not a whack ass fool. And the way he treats you like a queen, so what? He's a crazy fuck. You can't have no kids with him because then your kids will be crazy too. And the man want to kill himself. The ones that want to kill themselves, sometimes they want to take you with them. Stay your ass away from this fool before you end up on the news. Oh, murder, suicide. You're a crazy man. Baker acted 3 times, decided he didn't want to go back to the mental institution, so he committed to suicide and took his girlfriend with him. And you would have done that because you don't know how to step away when you see some shit's fucked up. This is some straight fuckery. Back away. Back away. If for no reason other than you don't want your parents having to bury your ass. So, okay, think about them. And you make a decision that's going to protect them from pain and drama if you can't make it for yourself. Because some people don't have that sense of self preservation. Kristen say, run, bitch, run. That's right. You know, my moderators are just as bad as me. Lady Boss is just out of control. High dust alert. Oh, this is the best crew. This is the best crew. The guests are crazy, the moderators are crazy, and the host is out of control. So between all of us, there's just no hope. There's no hope for sanity on this whole channel. It's too funny. All right, question number 12. Yeah, I'm saying she only lost 2 years. Next time it might be her whole damn life. So you need to leave this fool alone. I can't believe you even have to ask me to write this. It should have been one of them letters to Deb. I just want to share with you about the story about the man that I recently broke up with. That should have been your letter. All right, question number 12. We got 50. Oh my God, I'm crying. Y'all is crazy. Question number 12. This is from a woman 26 to 34 in Atlanta. Atlanta letters always be off the chain. All they have to do is say Atlanta. I'm like, oh my. Yeah, this crew. But you know, they say like attracts like. So I can't be mad at y'all for being crazy because, all right, I split up with a guy 4 years ago now. Okay. I found out he was sleeping with other women and men. And see, I knew it was going to be something like this from Atlanta. And he was confused over his bisexuality. I decided to leave the relationship, which ended me up in years of therapy as I was so in love with him. Oh my God. He'd often brought up marriages. We had basically planned our whole future plans together, and he begged me back nonstop for 2 years straight, saying I was the only one who knew the quote whole slash real him, and what a mistake he made due to trying to explore himself. The whole thing broke me. I suggested he take more time figuring out how he wanted to live. He decided he didn't want to come out and just wanted to be normal, as he put it. Heartbreaking word in many was, I'm sure you can see, total denial. Yep. After a while, he went quiet and found he was seeing another woman. As we were still on friendly terms, I asked him what the situation was with her. He basically told me that he doesn't cheat on her with women. Oh, I guess that's supposed to be progress. Only men, but not often, quote, and it's the best he can hope for, as he is adamant he is not gay and wants none of his friends and family finding about his bedroom habits. He was constantly calling to tell me how unhappy he was in a relationship, and now I am just through with giving him advice that he won't take. I feel so sorry for this poor woman, as she is none the wiser, and it appears she may never be. I only found out myself after years of mind games, cover ups, and thinking I was going mad and turning into Miss Marple. It was an awful time. I feel terrible that someone else has wasted years of her life and also risking her health unbeknownst to her. The last time I spoke to him, he hung up on me after expressing this. I expressed it to him, and he blocked me out of the blue on social media. In case I tell him on him, I'm assuming. It pays on my mind a lot. Should I just forget it and let what happens to her happen, or should I be doing something to warn her? It would be easy for him to rubbish any claims I make, and I would never out anybody. I feel so guilty holding all this in, but at the same time, it's not my place to contact her. Or is it? Advice, please. God damn it. You know what? As soon as you found out what this motherfucker was doing, you were supposed to get on his Facebook page, find out who this broad was, and message her. Now, see, this is the thing. The fact that you know another woman is being lied and gamed to, and your ass didn't do anything to let her know. I mean, the final decision, of course, is hers. Whether she believes you, because you know they be, you just trying to break up my relationship. You just a bitter ex. You just bitter. You know, that's Broad's favorite word. So what you have to do is, that's what you should have done. Okay, that's it. Because once you let her know, your soul is at peace because you have told the truth, you have shared the knowledge, you have given her the key to make the decision that is the best decision for her life and protect her health. Right now, you just threw her ass to the wolves because you worried about outing somebody. Fuck that motherfucker. He's supposed to tell he just like he didn't tell you. You supposed to tell the fucking world. I would have made a banner and put it on my Facebook page. Don't fuck with this person, whoever his name is. He's gay. He's a down low motherfucker. He's a dirty ass man, buddy, booty busting freak. Okay, that's what you should have done. There's no way you should be keeping this a secret and letting women's lives and stuff be at risk while you sitting up here writing and saying, "Oh, I don't know. Should I? Is it my business?" Of course, it's your business. What the fuck? And whether he rubbishes any clay, that's not your responsibility to worry about the lies he's gonna tell to try to cover up his bullshit. What you do is let her know the truth, and then she can turn into Miss Marple herself if she wants to. Me personally, especially living in Atlanta, if somebody told me that shit, me and dude would be broke up, and I'd be at the clinic the next day getting every test they had. Yeah, he got every STD, and probably some ones we ain't even heard of yet. But then basically, she just like, oh, I wouldn't out anyone. So she's more worried about him, her ex, a man who dogged her the fuck out, risked her health, lied to her, used her and stuff. She's still worried about his feelings. See, this is why this is something's wrong with people who think like this. Ladies, something's wrong with you. Your loyalty is all in the wrong place. You still worried about that motherfucker after the way he dogged you out, and you sitting up there worrying about his feelings. No, no, you got some problems. It plays on your mind. Obviously, not enough. Anyway, I'm gonna move on. Question number 13, female, 25 to 34, from Los Angeles. Yeah, I don't even want to go to Atlanta. It's like shit flying around in the air. It might jump on me. Okay, she's from LA. I am black, and my college boyfriend of 2 years is Filipino. Oh, I have some cousins that are half black and Filipino. That's a good mixture for kids. They're all cute. Long story short, he proposed to me after our college graduation last year, and I said yes. We decided to get married in his hometown, so we flew over to the Philippines last month to look at places to hold the ceremony and reception. His family is great. His friends and I have a great time together, and I'm really loving the weather over here. However, his parents are too overbearing. They have an obvious dislike for me, and they express it by saying things like women from the USA are loose and uncultured. Wow. How do I tell my fiance how I feel without hurting his feelings? I don't want to alienate him from me, especially since we've been talking about settling down here instead of living in California. What should I say? You should tell him, no way in this fucking green earth am I A, having a wedding here, or B, living here. That's not going to happen, homie. We don't have to live in California, but we definitely not living here. Because your mother and your father are, see, my thing is, they say USA, but I don't believe it's that. I believe it's because you black. That's what I think. And to start calling you names and uncultured, like you just some hood rat, even though you went to the same university as their precious son, but you both graduated. So if he's a loose and uncultured, and that's been you're loose and uncultured, and that's been your man all this time, then that means he's the same way. And I would have told them that bitch ass parent set that. It's like, well, whatever I am, so is your son, because we fucking each other. Okay? I went to the same university he did. I got the same degree as he did. So if I'm loose and uncultured, then so is your motherfucking son. Now, how you like that? And of course, then they would have been like, well, we don't want her to be our daughter-in-law. I would be like, too fucking bad. Because that's what's going to happen. Deal with it. You should have kept your mouth closed and played the game. You don't even have enough sense to know how to do stuff. That's the shit, you saying all that stuff. All you're going to do is alienate your son. Because your son loves me. You know why? Because I'm the one he's fucking at night, mama. He ain't fucking you. So get over it. You're just a jealous hater and mad because your son's going to be marrying somebody who's cuter, younger, finer, and smarter than you. You see, I don't know. I didn't do too good with my mother-in-law. We didn't do well because I just say things and I don't take no shit. So his aunties got cussed out. His mama got told off. It was bad. It was bad. You know how I roll. These are from the Philippines, nerd Sue. They live in the Philippines. She didn't say where in the Philippines, but she just said the Philippines, his hometown. So hometown implies that it's, not a city like Manila. It's some little town, right? She said hometown. So, usually when people start talking about a big city, they will name the city. But she said hometown because she knew it wouldn't make no difference. When I said, well, I don't know where that is anyway, so what difference does it make? So yes, my thing, young lady, you need to put some distance between you and that them people until you get married, and then you know, they're gonna be up in his ear and stuff. And then when he comes to you about it, because he will, then you can say, I didn't really want to say anything to you because, I didn't know how you would take it. I didn't want to be telling you negative things about your family, your parents. But yeah, they said some very rude and crass and crude things to me. It really hurt my feelings, and it just let me know that they have some kind of resentment about us being together. And this is when it comes time for a man as a son when his parents start acting like that. He has to make a choice. Are you going to be a man and a husband and a lover to your wife and a father to your kids and live the life that you've chosen for yourself as a man? Are you going to still continue living as a child controlled by your mother and father? This is a critical point for this young man, and it's one that every guy who has parents like that are controlling has to do. He has to go through. And at some point, he's got to come out on the other side to let his parents know, I'm your son. Certainly, I will always love you and respect you. But what you want from me that's over. I make my choices now. I'm an adult. I decide what I want to do with my life, not you. And if that's going to be a problem for you, then we'll put some. I just won't come around, and then that'll be that. And then soon enough, though, once you have kids, though, that's when people tend to. Thank you, Nubian. That's when people tend to uh, come around and wake up because they want to see them grandkids. You start sending them a couple of pictures and stuff, but not always, but usually. All right, so let's move on to question number 13. I mean, no, that was 13. Question number 14. We got this one and one more after this. And look, my voice is actually holding up. Female, 25 to 34 in San Jose, another San Jose letter. My boyfriend and I are compatible in every way and have a wonderful relationship. How, however, we are almost opposite when it comes to our life stories and our past. Okay. I have a secret inside of me that I can't seem to get rid of. I feel incredibly inferior to him. He's younger than me and far more successful. He has a job. He got a job as soon as he finished his degree. He works in finance. Stable job that brings him a lot of money, plus job offers rain on him left and right. He has his own apartment in the city center. Ooh, he must be making bank because this costs a grip to live in San Jose. And is constantly going out on the weekends to have fun with his friends. Additionally, he has had a relatively peaceful and stable past when it comes to his love life. Mine was the opposite. I was never really sure what I wanted to do with my life. I got a degree in the arts, but I decided to change career paths more than once. I've worked multiple different jobs as I grew up. I'm now working in a field I love, but will never bring that kind of money. I work part time and as a freelancer at the same time, which can be unstable, and I often find myself counting pennies. I'm living temporarily in my mom's house. My love life was chaos. I dated a large number of people, had a couple of really ugly breakups, and a traumatic first experience with a boyfriend which damaged my self image and my self esteem forever. I'm not, however, completely blind to my own achievements. I've always been a straight A student. I've lived abroad by myself. I speak multiple languages. Wow, okay, you're smart. I am quite knowledgeable. Thank you, Miss Evans. Wow, that's a big donation. I appreciate that. Ooh, I'm going to Bev Mo and I'm going to just party my ass off. Go ahead. Everybody's so generous today. I don't even know what to think. Nerd Sue, I'm going to be drunk. Lady Boss. Okay, let me get back to what I'm supposed to be doing. Okay, okay, and she's knowledgeable about many different topics. I've kept meaningful friendships for decades. Okay. I've been on many adventures. When I tell people my stories, they're surprised. I've lived so much so young. I've also helped many people in my community with my work. To tell you the truth, I don't even think I would have been happy if I spent the last 3 years of my life behind a desk from 9 to 5 like he does. So why do I envy him so much? Why do I feel like he's better than I am? My boyfriend is my biggest fan. He regularly points out my qualities and says I'm the most interesting woman he knows. And he can't picture himself with anybody else. He says he's sure I'll be successful and richer than him someday. He really admires and motivates me. However, he once made a joke about my degree being useless, implying that people who had studied what I did would always fall behind others with better degrees. And I remember I cried for the entire afternoon. He later apologized and said he should have known better because he knows this is a weak spot for me, but sometimes this memory still comes to mind and I still feel the pain. I think this is pretty telling. Yeah, you like to hang on to shit. I don't want his success or his happiness to change, but I want mine too. I want to make peace with myself and feel that as long as I have this perspective, I won't be happy. Yeah, it'll be a constant comparison game that I'll never win. It makes me feel like I'm useless, insecure, fragile, and damaged. I'm starting to want to stay in bed instead of doing anything because I feel like there's no purpose to even starting. P.S. I have started therapy recently and will speak to my therapist about all of this, but would still like to know what you and your Deb squad think about this. I think you tripping. Okay, there's two ways that people do. There are those people who always say negative, nasty things about themselves and compare themselves to other people. And then there's people like me who think it's impossible to compare myself to other people because when you're the best, what comparison could there possibly be? There'll always be less than me. Okay, now I realize that might be rather narcissistic and arrogant and a whole bunch of other things. But when you have, I can back my shit up. You can back your shit up. You just don't believe in yourself. Can you speak multiple languages? Shit, I can barely speak English. Languages is not my forte. Admire people greatly who can remember words of other languages and then fix their tongues to roll them up. I can understand other languages, but I can't. Something happens in the translation and to get the words out. It don't happen. So, you can go anywhere in the world. You like an adventurer. You have a free spirit. You're creative and artistic. You help people. That is a wonderful soul to have. That's why this guy likes you. You guys are like the opposite. He's Mr. Money Man and you're Miss Humanity. Okay, now why you don't understand it about yourself and appreciate that about yourself and love yourself, you don't have to be like him. Nobody should be like him but him because that's who he is. You're not him. You have a completely different life track, life goals, interests, education, friends. I mean, what are you doing to yourself? You're doing this to yourself. And please stop. Because what you're going to do is put yourself in a funk, like you're talking about, you can't even get out the bed and stuff like that. You're giving yourself so many negative messages that you're programming your brain to hate yourself. You're doing that to yourself. Instead of saying all this, well, I won't be happy. You're going to change that. Every time you do that, you know what you need to do? You know how people put that rubber band on their wrist? Every time you have a negative thought, you need to pop it and, make yourself feel that pain. And it's like aversion therapy. Make sure it's a nice sturdy one so this is going to hurt when you pop yourself. And every time you have a negative thought, you pop that shit and be ouch, ouch, ouch. And then you're going to see how many times a day you think bullshit about yourself. You're going to have bruises and shit up the yin yang, but guess what? You'll soon stop doing that because you won't want to be being bruised up in there and hurting yourself over and over. But the pain of this rubber band is nothing compared to the pain that you are instilling in your spirit with this negative drama and drag and dialogue that you're giving yourself. Nobody fucks us up more than we fuck up ourselves. I learned that a long time ago. People can do stuff to you that is hurtful. They can say things to you that's hurtful. But you know what? Once they do and say it, how it lands and how it processes and how it stays in you is 100% your responsibility as an adult, not a little kid. Okay, so you have the tools to say, well, they're just talking shit. Who the fuck are they anyway? I know I can do this. Why do I need to pay attention to what they say? Who are they? That's the kind of thing that you as an adult can say to yourself. You can laugh in somebody's face. You can go and prove them wrong. You can make whatever they say that you can't do move to the top of your agenda and then do it. That's what you, the power that you have over yourself and your mind. You, young lady, are not exerting any of it. You just sitting there like you all weak and stuff. I swear, if you were in my face, I'd be slapping the shit out of you right now. That is not how you handle yourself as a woman. You got all the tools to make your life anything that you want it to be, and you sitting up there comparing yourself to this little knucklehead that went through school and went and made money. Okay, he's good at making money. That's fine. But I mean, well, how else is he enriching the world? He's enriching his pockets. You're more of humanitarians like me. We get pleasure in bringing something to the world and bettering it. The world needs people like you. It needs people like me. Okay, and then we might not always make the greatest amount of money. There's a trade-off there because when people focus on making money, they tend to be real evil. Because they want that money at any cost. So I want you to look in the mirror and start saying wonderful things to yourself. Big up yourself. And if you change those messages that you're streaming into your mind, you will pretty soon believe them. Just like you believe this negative shit you've been telling yourself, you can believe the positive. But go and get you a bag of them real powerful rubber bands and start popping the shit out yourself. You'll soon stop this mess. Because you will be all kinds of fucked up. And people be like, damn, what happened to your wrist? You jacked up. You still trying to love yourself, Kristen? Well, everybody here loves you, Kristen. So you just have to take some of that and just rub it all over yourself. You'll be all right. Yeah, but it's like, this, and she's so young. I mean, I hate to see this for somebody so young. So anyway, that I'm me speaking, representative of the Deb Squad. That is our consensus. You can check in the chat room and see what they have to say. We all on the same page here. You are fabulous. Shit, let me speak multiple languages. Y'all wouldn't be able to tell me nothing. I'd be doing my show in multiple languages, translating it myself, saying all kind of shit because I could do that. But alas, that's not my forte. So I don't try to get into games where I know I'm gonna lose. I only play games I know I'm gonna win. Okay. So that's a very sad little thing. But anyway, come on here, girlfriend. All right, here we are on the last letter for today's What the Fuck Tuesday advice column. My name is Deborah Cooper. I'm the advice columnist. We do this show here every Tuesday live. So it starts at 6 p.m. Pacific time, whatever that is in your time zone. I see everybody coming in here all late. Y'all done missed everything. Hit that like button while you here. You know this fun show. We get gully. We talk about folks real bad. But yeah, don't you leave here without hitting that like button. All them 181 people. How come it's only 65 likes? Y'all tripping. They being mean. Let me do my Kermit face. That's what my brother calls it, my Kermit face. All right, let's do the last question. Female, 19 to 26 from Ohio. My fiance and I are due to get married in early September, less than 4 months from now. Both of us have thousands of pictures on our phones that we want to keep and have put off ordering prints for years. I told him the other night I would be logging in under his account to upload the photos to have them printed off so we can delete them from our phones for more storage. I would also be doing this from my own account. So I decided to get started last night. I logged onto his Google account and went to the photos. After scrolling down a little ways, there were 2 separate dates on which he took pictures of himself ejaculating. Wait a minute. Oh. Oh. Thanks, Trace. Oh my God. One time he was in our house and the other he was in his office bathroom at work. He's tripping. When I questioned him, he was shocked and hesitantly said that he was going to send them to me but thought I might get mad. I have asked him before if he ever pleasures himself or watches adult films and he has always said no. He then asked me how I found those and admitted that he thought he deleted them. I think he doesn't realize that pictures get uploaded to his Google Photos from his phone automatically. Yes, he obviously doesn't. I told him it would seem strange that any man who's taking pictures of his private area has most likely sent them to someone. So I then asked him if I could see his phone. He handed it over, and after a thorough search, I did not find anything suspicious. Yeah, because he deleted it. He didn't realize that it had already been uploaded in the cloud as the backup. But I am totally suspicious because he clearly thought he deleted the photo, so perhaps he deletes other items on his phone as well, like search history maybe, to cover up freak or chat sites or who knows. Deb, why would my fiance have taken pictures of himself like this? And especially if his only intent was to delete them right away afterwards, I'm not buying it, but I have no other proof. In addition to that, we only do it once a week, and I'm the one who initiates. I want more, and he's always, quote, tired, or says, quote, it's too late, or he's, quote, in a hurry for work. I've always had this feeling that he was abnormal when it comes to sex, especially for his age. He's only 27 and should be wanting it all the time, right? I'm in excellent shape. I have a beautiful body and I'm always there wanting him, but he only obliges once a week, sometimes less. This has been going on for a couple of years. He says once a week is normal and doesn't think it's a big deal. But now that I know he's pleasuring himself in the bathroom, I can see why we aren't having it more often. I was so upset that I slept in the guest bedroom last night. Please help me understand this. What gives? Do not marry this man. Okay? Do not marry this man, and you need to move out. Okay, first of all, why would you marry somebody who's not meeting your physical needs? This, when you get married, whatever you have in the relationship is going to get worse as because you get married. So if it's only once a week now, it's going to be once a month later because he's going to feel like he's got you. He doesn't have to try anymore because you're married. And you're going to be so frustrated and so on edge and so wanting it because you're a healthy young woman. And that's what, healthy young bodies do. And he's off in his own world. Okay, I don't know what kind of addict he is, or if your boyfriend is secretly into some, gay shit or something, but there's something wrong. And whatever it is going to impact your marriage in a very negative way. You're going to be miserable. You're going to feel lonely. You're going to be constantly frustrated. You're going to be pissed the fuck off. And then you're going to wonder why you even married him. And then you're going to get a divorce. And by then you might have a kid or two. And while you try to suffer through with this man who's half giving it to you, and you just trying to make do because you focused on that ring and being married. This is a very poor choice for a husband. I can tell you that right now. If anything, at 27, you should be running from his ass. You should not be having to beg for it. I don't understand this. This would never do. Never. Not with me. He would be so in the wind, girl. I don't even know what to tell you. But you slipping in the guest bedroom, you need to pack your stuff and get the hell out. Because there's something wrong with your boyfriend. Like I said, it's either he's a porn addict, he's doing something with men, or he is like asexual. But I don't think it's that because he's taking pictures. And you're right. You don't only take pictures like that to send them to somebody, post them somewhere. There's something going on with him that he's trying to keep secret. That's why he's deleting shit. But the fact that you have doubts, you're not happy with that part of your relationship, which is a huge component where you're talking about being with somebody and being faithful to them for the rest of your life. He's supposed to be putting it down to the point where your ass can barely walk. That's the man that you need to marry. Plus, he has money and all the other stuff. Because in that way, you know that all your needs will be getting met, and you won't need to look anywhere else. But the way that this is, if you marry him, you're gonna be cheating on him and getting a divorce before too long. It makes no sense to even move forward with this relationship. Yeah, well, he might not be screwing someone, but he could be just a porn addict. So where he, I guess, screwing himself. But it's not always another person. So you know, it's just some kind of weird fetish thing going on with him. But he's not, whatever it is, because those porn addicts tend to be, not really into humans. They're into the visual, what they see on the screen. They want to look at that. So it's one of them, and all of those are poor choices for a husband. That's all I'm gonna tell you. But that's really sad because they're so, she's too young for that. Yeah, he's too young for that. I will be back on Thursday. Actually, I need to figure out what we're going to talk about. Excuse me. We'll be talking about something interesting on Thursday, some kind of hot topic. And then coming up, I'm going to do a show. I think it's set for next week. I'm going to do Why Women Hate Men. And people might say, that's a strong subject, but that's how I do things. I don't never take a middle ground. I go tiptoe into shit. I just run and dive in. And so we're going to be diving into some of the many, many reasons, and they're very valid for women to hate men. Although most don't, there's it's a logical conclusion that they would because of the things that men do and the things that men say and the way that men treat women worldwide. So we're going to be talking about that. I don't remember when I have it on deck, but it's coming up. And, I'll put up something for Thursday very soon. But that concludes What the Fuck Tuesday. Oh my God. Ah. And a reminder, if you have not, if you have a question, you want to submit an advice question, you have to do it through the advice submission process. You can either go to the blog, survivingdating.com, and click the link that says get advice, or just to make things easier, right in the show description below, you will see a little blurb and it has a link to the advice form right there. So just click that right from the show. You don't have to leave YouTube, and it'll take you, pull the form up right from there, and you can just complete it and press send, and then it'll be submitted to us for consideration for a future What the Fuck Tuesday column. If you have not hit that like button, please hit it before you leave the show tonight. And, become a subscriber to the channel. We got a lot of great stuff coming up. The end of May, we're going to have May days, 5 solid days of live streams with exciting guests that are going to be joining me to talk about a wide variety of really heavy topics. So that's why I got some guests. I don't want to do it all by myself. It's too much work. But I really enjoyed you guys as usual. You know, got a great crew here. Everybody was fabulous, and you guys are very supportive. Thank you very much for everyone who made a super chat donation. Thank you to all my steady and solid Patreon subscribers, providing that support for equipment all the time and service fees I have to pay for software and things like that. Server and time and everybody's companionship and time here. I really appreciate it. I will check you out on Thursday. See you later.